Welcome to my channel and thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I would also like to welcome Spirit into this reading and say thank you for the messages we are about to receive. This is a general reading. So the first card is about inspiration and it is about receiving new ideas, new insights into what is going on. So this is like the Sun card in the general tarot, and this is about, having clarity into what you're doing. This is also about, having worked very, very hard and you are now starting to go towards achieving the goals. It's also about expansion. You've got the sign of Sagittarius over there. So this is about expanding your horizons. It could even be about travel. So maybe you're considering traveling as well. Or you might be taking some kind of business trip as well. You got the Twilight card over here, and this is the Moon card really, and this is about being a bit, confused about what you're doing. It's being a bit, in the dark about what to do next really. There's a lot of duality. You're in two minds about something, and you want to make the change. You want to get on or move on with something new, and maybe you're afraid to actually do it. So this is about being confused, being a bit afraid to make a move, or being a bit afraid to act. You've got the Plow card over here at the bottom, and this is talking about putting a lot of energy and thought into something. So this is about a lot of mental work in order for you to move forward, or doing a lot of work actually. You can see this man's got a plow and he's really having to work pretty hard, toil and hard work really in order for you to move forward. So whatever is coming on for you now, maybe you're in a situation where you're having to do work very, very hard right now, and maybe this is causing a little bit of problems. You actually want to end it or move forward from it. You're trying to get some clarity into that situation. Because you've got the Sun card immediately below the Moon card. So this confusion here, you're trying to bring in some clarity into your life, but you are working very, very hard at what you're doing at the moment. Maybe, you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel right now. Then you've got the Persuasion card over here. So this is the Strength card, and this is the Immortality card, which is like the Death card. So this is about, being faced with a lot of challenges and having to, use a lot of your wiles, really. In other words, all your charms, in order for you to get sort that problem out. So you might have had some kind of problem that you had to use a lot of diplomacy, really, to get things. You had to be very charming to get that particular problem sorted out. So there might have been some kind of energy, some kind of person around you that presented a problem, some kind of obstacle that you had to really talk your way out of it. You've got the Plow, so you've put an end to the Immortality card. You've put an end to situations or circumstances. Something has ended. So there was some kind of challenge. Maybe the challenge ended, or maybe whatever that circumstance was came to an end. So there was abrupt cutting off of that circumstance from your life. So something's ended, and now you're needing to move on, make a new start. And maybe this is where the confusion is coming in as to what to do next, whether or not you want to continue. And you're working pretty hard at the moment. So going into the future, you've got the Friendship card and you've got the Testimony card. So the Friendship card is about meeting new people, and there's a new friendship on offer. There is, it's in the form of a colleague, of somebody that comes in that gives you that advice that you actually need with this Friendship card. And there's the Testimony card, so there might be some truth that is going to be revealed to you. Maybe this person that comes in that you're working with is going to be the person that brings in the clarity, but brings in a lot of truth. This card, Friendship, follows the Inspiration card, which is the Sun card. So the Inspiration card is when you're feeling a bit in the dark and not knowing anything with that Moon card above about what's going on. Then the Sun card comes in and illuminates the situation. And it looks like it's being brought in. This particular bit of information is brought in by somebody that's you're friendly with, or somebody that's very loyal to you, but they're bringing in some very, very important information to you. You can see there's a little bowl with a flame in it, and she's reaching out to it. So this person is bringing you some very important information, and that's going to bring in a lot of clarity and truth. It's going to allow you to see things. You've got that Eye of Ra over there, so a lot of things coming to light for you soon in whatever's going on. So whatever you're confused about, whatever is not being revealed, there are going to be some truths that are going to be revealed in your work circumstance. So those are the energies for those 2 weeks. So I'm using Vanessa Tarot for the main read. I have shuffled this deck. Let's see what's going on. So bottom of the deck, you've got a choice coming up for you. So some kind of decision that you have to make. Now, with a Lover's card, you know, it usually says follow your passion, but that may not always be the case because the Lover's card says you need to consider that everything very, very carefully before you actually make that decision. There might be somebody there to help you, and don't be swayed by your emotions. You've got to make it from a very, very logical point of view. So you're at some kind of crossroads about what you want to actually do. There's a decision that is pending. It's some kind of major decision, and it's going to have a lot of impact in the future because it is a major arcana card. And then you've got the Four of Swords, and it's crossed by the Eight of Coins. So you've been working really, really hard. You know, you've been very, very focused. You can see this person's got the blowtorch and the coins. So you've been producing something and working very, very hard, putting your head down and just getting the job done. You know, even the previous energy read showed you with a plow and working very, very hard. It's something, you know, it's something that's very mundane, so you're doing the same thing on a daily basis, and maybe this is a bit boring, but you are learning a lot on the job as well, and, you know, you're getting a lot of training as well on that particular job. This card is almost the card of being the apprentice, so learning new things, but becoming an expert at it. And it is tiring you out, so you might also be facing with a lot of problems and challenges, maybe people around you saying a lot of things that upset you as well. Now, you do need to take a little bit of a holiday with this particular card. You need to take a little bit of a break because you are feeling very, very tired and also very, very stressed out as well. So either a holiday, a little bit of a break. You need to take a mental holiday, in other words, in order to get yourself in order and, you know, in order to re-strategize, really, to come up with a new plan, really, on how to do things. So you do need to take a step back. You've got the Page of Wands over here, so this was something that you started off, it might have been a new project, something that you have been involved in, you know, starting it from scratch, really. It was something brand new. This might have also involved a lot of travel, so you might have been doing some traveling as well with this particular card. There was a lot of collaboration, and you've been meeting a lot of new people. You've got the Death card over here, so something has come to an end. Some kind of situation has ended. You know, something brand new and brand new cycle starting for you. But, you know, you have something has left your arena, so maybe it's an end of an old situation. Maybe you finished some kind of project and you're now having to move on, start something brand new. So what's in your mind? You want a new offer to come in. Maybe you're considering an offer. Maybe you even run into somebody from the past that you used to work with, and maybe they have presented an offer to you with that Six of Cups. You could also be looking back in the past and, you know, maybe reminiscing on your previous jobs that you had or previous people that you worked with. But you are, or maybe you're, you know, encountering or you're working with people from the past as well with the Six of Cups. So definitely that's been on your mind recently. So going into the future, you've got the Six of Swords. So there is some kind of issue that happened. There might have been some kind of trauma. There's some kind of drama that really happened, some kind of crisis, because the Six of Swords comes after the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords is usually about a dispute, some kind of problem, and then the Six of Swords is actually moving away from that problem. So it looks like, you know, whatever happened, it could even have been some kind of legal or official problem that happened within the work scenario. You're now moving away from it. You know, it was like some kind of crisis, some kind of blow up, and now you're now moving away from it. Maybe somebody you know, was nasty to you, or ended up deceiving you, or being very, you know, maybe they were very spiteful or very vindictive, and you had to face that kind of circumstance, and now you've had to move away and start afresh, or move on to a different way of thinking, or maybe you've even left that particular job and moved on. What's happening with you? You've got the Hermit over here. So this is about being very focused on your work. So maybe this is more like an emotional moving away from the scenario, this Six of Swords. You've gotten, you know, there's somebody there, there's support. So maybe that particular situation is just blowing over at the moment. Whatever that drama was is starting to blow over, and things are starting to settle down or starting to calm down. You've got the Hermit. You've gone back into work focus as well. You can see that even with this Eight of Swords being Eight of Coins being very, very focused on your work, and with that Hermit card focused on the work, learning a lot with this. You can see there's the light in the hand. There's a lot of books on the shelf over there, so learning a lot and being very focused on that particular work. So you are trying to specialize in this particular field, or you're getting very, very good at what you're doing at the moment, and you're being very focused, but spending a lot of time by yourself as well. So there could be some study as well involved in that particular field. You got the Emperor card over here. So this is how people see you, really. And this is being a person who can take charge, take control, somebody who's very, very organized, somebody who speaks very clearly, who knows how to get things done. This has got the energy of Mars in it. So, they see you as a person who is very, very energetic and, very get up and go, but very much a leader. Now, maybe this is what the position that you're even vying for. You're vying for that leadership position. That's why you're so focused on this particular job. You are putting all of it into it. So there has been some kind of issue that happened over here. You've got that Tower in your hopes and fears. So it looks like, with that Six of Swords, where you're moving away from some kind of drama. So I said this follows the Five of Swords. But you've got this Tower moment on your mind and something that you were afraid of. So some kind of information came to light, or some kind of drama, some kind of crisis happened, and you're very, very worried. Maybe you're worried about losing your job, or maybe you're worried, that you will be made redundant from it, or you have to leave it in some sort of way. You certainly are worried that you're not getting enough support, or you're worried that everything is being, upside down, really. This is almost like a fall from grace. It's almost been a fall from the way people see you. But there's been some kind of drama, and things are starting to settle down at the moment, but you're still worried about it. So going into the future, you've got that Nine of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune. So whatever happened, whatever that drama is that happened, and although, you've got that Six of Swords, which is actually moving, traveling, it could be actually, like I said, either physically moving, or it could be mentally moving away from a situation. You're very, very anxious. You're not sleeping well at night. You're still thinking about whatever happened. You can see all these swords going, almost going to this person's head. You're very, very worried, very, very anxious about what is going on. And you've got that Knight of Wands over here. So, it seems like whatever happened, you may want to actually move on. It seems like you want to change jobs, move away from this particular situation, go and find yourself a job somewhere else. This is about, the Knight of Wands is usually about relocating to do your job. It's about even traveling away from that particular job. Now, you've got that you're doing and going and doing it somewhere else. You've got two cards of travel over here. You've got that Six of Wands, which is actually physical movement over water, overseas. And then you've got that Knight of Wands, which is travel. This woman's in an airplane and she's flying. So it looks like there might be, you might be considering actually leaving this particular scenario or this particular job. Either, going overseas to actually do a new job or start something else. Maybe you're waiting for some kind of message to come in. You've got that little bird over here. It might involve air travel, you see. And the Wheel of Fortune coming in, so there's an end of a cycle and a beginning of something new. So it looks like a big change is going to be coming. So you want to make this big change by changing your job completely. And you're trying to change fate by, maybe you're going to be accepting some kind of new offer or new job. Now, you've got that Six of Cups there, which is about getting an offer. A really good offer coming in for you, and you're considering it. So it might involve actually traveling away from wherever you are at and moving on to do the job somewhere else. And that Wheel of Fortune bringing in that change and ending an old cycle of that work situation. With that Six of Swords over here, maybe there is still too much of drama. Even though you're very, very focused and you're learning a lot on this job, you're very, very stressed out by it. You're very, very focused. You are learning, but it looks like maybe there's this. You've got that Emperor card coming in over there with a bird in the background, which is implying that, you might be doing some air travel, traveling away, flying away from that situation. Like I said, you've got that Lovers card over here, so there's a choice that you have to make. It seems like you want to take a new job because there might have been some kind of trouble that happened at this particular job that you were doing. You've got that Tower in your hopes and fears, so it looks like you are worried that it might occur again, and you want to make the change. Whatever's been going on is keeping you awake at night, so you are very, very anxious. And you can see there's a lot of swords in this boat with the Six of Swords. So there is a lot of anxiety going on over there, a lot of stress, you know, a lot of worry that you're going through. And maybe you're planning on actually making that change in order for you to get out of this situation. So you've got the Star card over here, which says, look to the future with hope and optimism. The power of faith to move mountains, happy changes that bring relief from challenging times. So it looks like there is a change coming in for you. There's some kind of offer that is coming in that you're waiting for. It might have been, maybe you're going back to an old job or something from the past, or you're considering something from the past, and you're going to bring in that change with the Star. But be positive, have a positive outlook, and it looks like you will be directed or will be guided into how to get things done. The stars are always about international, the international arena, or working, on an international basis. So there might be some overseas travel as well with that Star card. You've got the Four of Spring over here, so be grateful. You have much to celebrate, deep feelings of peace and happiness, a contented personal life. So it looks like, with the Four of Spring, it's the Four of Wands. So this particular new job that you're going to do might involve you moving away, because the Four of Wands is about travel and the Four is about stability. So maybe moving on to a new job to get stability. And, the Wands is about celebration, so being victorious in that particular field. So it looks like, if you go for this new job offer that comes in, it will be successful, and you might have a lot more freedom as well with that particular job. It might be something that you enjoy a lot more. Being Sagittarius, you do like your freedom, and, you do like, to be not tied down to a particular situation, because Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, so it likes expansion. So maybe whatever this new job offer is that you're considering, and whatever the Wheel of Fortune is about to bring in for you, is going to be something that gives you a lot more freedom. You've got the Ace of Winter over here, so don't be deterred by challenges along the way. It is important to communicate clearly and accurately amazing new ideas that should be implemented. So this is the beginning of something brand new. Now the Ace of Winter is the Ace of Swords. So this could be a new contract, this could also be a new victory, this could also be a new message that comes in. This is about something official, it is about something, where you're cutting out that past situation, coming up with a brand new idea, coming up with brand new plans, brand new strategies in order to cope with whatever challenges you are. And you can see this person's walking away from the tiger over here, and this is about leaving behind a very, very toxic situation and moving on. So it looks like you're going to be making that particular change and moving on, and you might be signing new contracts as well. Leaving behind whatever that problem was, because it's causing a lot of distress for you. Even though you're learning a lot and you're in this kind of, work learning situation where you're studying or you're training up for this job, it seems like it's causing a lot of anxiety for you, and you might make that decision to actually move on. Or the Wheel of Fortune might actually bring in that option for you to move on, where you can travel a lot and leave that whoever's giving you problems there, because there seems to be a lot of problems that you're going through, a lot of toxicity going on around you. It seems like you're going to make that decision and move on to something that's calmer, that is, enjoy a lot more, and that gives you a lot more freedom. So I hope that this reading has resonated with you, and please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave me some comments if it has. And thank you so much for watching. Take care now. Goodbye.